What's up, Internet Land? Zachamus Prime, aka Zachamus Prime here with another Siege review. And today we're going to be reviewing the Chromia from the Siege line. And yeah, it's Chromia. It's the blue car thing. And here she is, one hell of a backpack on that figure. Now, those of you who are astute among you, which is probably everybody at this point, know that this is basically like a rehash of the Combiner Wars fembots. This is Moonracer here. People will tell you that this is a remold. It is not a remold. It is basically a brand new mold, except for one minor thing. It's really kind of interesting. So I'm going to get into engineering mode for just a little bit here. So one of the plastics that they use, mostly they use like ABS plastic in here, right? Sometimes you'll have a soft PVC like on the barricade one. It's soft plastic, that's usually PVC. But this harder kind of matte finish plastic, this is what's known as polyoxylmethylene. This is POM. One of the interesting things about POM is that so first of all, it's a self-lubricating plastic, is what they call, which means that it rubs against itself really well. Vinyl is also like that, but polyoxylmethylene. POM has got better wear patterns. Anyhow, so it won't take a paint app because the paint doesn't stick to it. It's in the same classification of plastic as like Teflon. But anyhow, what's interesting to me is that all of the palm on this figure is all together, and it's just like most of the palm on this figure. This white here, the hips, ball joints, and there, that's all off the same sprue. There is some other palm on here. This right here, that's palm right there. Couple of the parts inside the ankle, a lot of the joints use palm here. That's it. Maybe this. Yeah, I think that is. Just because it's a good joint plastic because it wears well and whatnot. But what's interesting to me is that the palm render on these figures is exactly the same. But like not like exactly the same, because you'll notice there's no hollows on the back of the hand for Moonracer, but there's hollows on the back of the hand for Chromia, which means that they must have cut new molds for Chromia. But Chromia, the back of her legs has got these features here, which are shown on Moonracer. This is a Combiner Wars thing. This tab, when it bends, this tab here plugs into that for, like, I don't know, arm motor, leg motor, maybe both. I'm borrowing this figure. Of course, Chromia doesn't have anything like that, but she's still got that same feature. They just literally used the same part, and I don't know why. Because they would have had to have, this would have all these parts would have come off the same sprue. But it's been recut. I don't know. It's a complete mystery to me. But I am not a toy designer, so I guess I don't really know. Anyhow, yeah, you'll notice that it's basically the same figure. The transformation's a bit different, but sorry, having a little bit of issues. Anyhow, what I want to get into is that in the Combiner Wars series, they just focus on posability and whatnot. In the Siege series, because they've got this like whole like armor add-on gimmick, they wanted to make all the figures super solid, you know. So they've removed ball joints from all of the mainline figures. The little ones like the Legends scale ones still have got them. But all of the deluxe and higher don't have ball joints except for this figure because it uses the same hips from the Combiner Wars one. You'll see here, this is a ball joint, that's a ball joint. These are all hinges. Even on the ankle, there's ball joints in here. No, that's not a ball joint. Maybe it is, I don't know. They've replaced that all with just straight up pins and hinges down here. Except for the hips. The hips are going to be a ball joint again, which means you're going to have, if you put a bunch of weight on this figure, making use of a lot of these peg holes, you're going to find some instability issues, I think. But anyhow, let's get into the figure proper. So here she is. big freaking backpack. Yeah, this is the kibbliest figure of this whole line. Yeah, like, without a doubt. Anyhow, in terms of accessories, she comes with a weapon here. You've got like a pistol thing with kind of looks like a suppressor. You can pull this off and reconnect it on top. So maybe more it's like a scope? I don't know. Use your imagination. Imagination. She also comes with two of these things. I'm not even sure what they're supposed to be. Like grenades, maybe? Whoa. She could hold them in her hand and throw it like a grenade. Maybe they're like little like snub-nosed blasters. You can mount them on the forearm like that. I don't know. Stick them on the leg. You can stack them up. I don't know what they are exactly supposed to be, but they are compatible with your little attachment things, like the little effects and whatnot. So that's something. And she holds her gun just fine as you'd expect a gun to be held. She holds one of these just fine as you'd expect like a grenade to be held. Granada. Chuck it at some, I don't know, bad guys. Part of the issue with the ball joints is that the mating surfaces of ball joints are not exactly perfect, because that's really, really hard to do, especially with a soft material like plastic. And so you have points where the joint sticks really well and points where the joint has loose segments. Hold on. So let's get into articulation. Head's on a ball joint. It looks up that far a lot, actually. Looks down, not really at all. Rotates, once you lift it up above that collar, rotates freely enough. Shoulder goes around until it bangs into all the backpack crap. Oh wow, that's kind of a backpack crap. Goes out that far, most of a tree pose, upper bicep swivel, elbow joint moves 90 degrees, maybe 89 degrees. It's got a transformation joint right there. Whoa, 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 that's different. Indecency. Little bit of a waist swivel. Not much. The rest of the actual waist swivel is connected to the backpack, so you'd have to like disconnect everything, and I don't even think that's even possible. So, like the tiniest, most half-assed waist swivel ever. Hips are on ball joints. They go out that far. They go forward that much. They go backwards that much. A thigh swivel there. So I want to say that if you put these in the right position, you can get like 90-degree bend out of this. But if you have this up, there's a little peg sticking out of here that whacks that hip every time. So if you're willing to bend all of your kibble, you can get 90 degrees. If you're not, then you can get like 40. Ankle goes forwards and back. It tilts hella. No rotation. And that's it for posability of this figure. Again, it's not the greatest. The heavy backpack combined with the ball jointed hips caused some stability issues. They worked too hard to reuse a design from an older series, and I think that they didn't need to, nor should they have. But whatever. To get this transformed up, first thing you want to do is you want to lift this section here, pull the head all the way inside. Okay, head doesn't want to go in with the backpack in the way. Oops. I guess we'll just pull the backpack out of the way. There's little divots in that white spot, in that white panel, for it to just slide away nicely. I've already got the backpack starting to be disconnected, so sure, why not? Feet, we're going to tip the toes down like so. We're going to rotate these parts around like so. This backpack, we're going to fold out this panel right here. And then this is all going to fold down. Like that. There's two pegs right here. These are the pegs that get in the way of the posability. They're going to go into this panel right here. Looks like there's a couple panels here. There's a couple tabs here that want to go in. You're going to oblige those. And then on the back here, you're basically going to rotate the hands up like this. And then fold these straight down. There's these pegs right here. The arm sections are going to plug right into those pegs. Ooh, I did not rotate this as I should have. My bad. Fold the hands in, and that is it for transformation. And yeah, actually, this is probably the better looking of the modes, if I'm being perfectly honest, which I like to think that I am. And so there it is, roller car mode. This is probably blending into my background because she's a very similar color. You've got these little suckers here. You can stick them on the back, kind of look like little engine details. That's where I prefer to store these. You can take this gun, you can plug it in back here, you can plug it in up here, you can plug it in anywhere along here. You've got places where you can stick it. These panels do not want to go in properly, by the way, like ever. I usually just stick it all the way back as far as I can go. If there was a way to store it internally, I definitely would, because I think that throws off the look of the vehicle. Again, with the Siege figures, really, really great surface detail all over. Just they got the greebles down pat, and I think it's fantastic. But yeah, so there's Transformers Siege Chromia. Definitely, I'll be honest with you, it's definitely not a figure I can recommend. It carries over, it's too, I hate to say this about a figure that just came out last year, but it's just too mired in the past. It tries too hard to reuse a design that didn't even need to be reused. I mean, it tries to reuse a design that I don't think was all that great to begin with, just because, oh, now they match. And I'm not impressed. This is the first Siege figure, the first mainline, big Siege figure that I'm not impressed with. Of course, I had a mediocre review on one of the MicroMaster sets, but yeah, I can't recommend it. Sorry, guys, but if you need an update, if you need a Siege Chromia, then sure. If you've got nothing better to do with your $20, then sure. But if you can get your hands on the older Chromia figure that came out in the Generations line, I think that she's a Cybertron looking Chromia that's way better looking than this and does everything a lot better. So that's my review. Thanks everybody for watching. You're all fantastic. Have a great day and be good to each other. See ya.